welcome to our Thursday night live stream.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews and we talk about various keto topics. And then every Monday, we sit down on the couch for Keto on the Couch. We just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Yeah, so welcome to our live stream. Why is that said there?
Thursday.
Error is YouTube is not receiving enough. That's kind of weird.
Can y'all
Let us
hear
know
us?
if we're buffering because we shouldn't be.
I see Becky said we have sound. Thank you so much for that.
Yes.
Always my first question. So before we start, I wanted to mention a flash sale that the folks over at Just Made Keto made us aware of, and that is they're having free shipping on any order, including their big box. You just have to type in July. The discount code is July if you'd like free shipping on any order.
And I think I put that link down below. Also, a couple other little quick announcements. Let me turn that on. And that is, wanted to remind everybody that next weekend, if you are in the Texas area, Goody Beats is gonna have his barbecue hoedown on Saturday, July 17th from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. It is a free event. The first 50 people who arrive are getting a goodie bag, and you're gonna have Dr. Barry there. I know Nicole Burgess is gonna be there. Awesome, awesome event. So that is gonna be going on there. And if you happen to be in Utah,
which I hope you will be,
we will be having a meetup at the Keto Chow headquarters, which I do not have a slide for. I haven't made one, and I don't have one from Chris. So Chris will put all of those details into the comment section if he's on. I didn't even see if he was on. You want to talk about today's topic?
Let's see who's here first, because I think I need to talk about something really happy, like beautiful people that I love so much.
Okay.
And I have to wait all week long to see them on Thursday.
Right.
And then we can talk about how it was not a great day for me today.
Okay. So we do have we have Shanta here.
Hey, Shanta.
And she actually said first if this stays up. Yes, so far it looks like.
She knows
I'm not
us so well.
seeing any complaints. Nobody's saying that the stream is not having any, it doesn't look like it's having any issues.
Thank you,
so
Lord.
Karen's here, Debbie Oliver is here, Diana's here, Karen is here, Lori is here. Chow CEO said must be their chicken passed away. The chicken thumbnail has a photo on it. The thumbnail has a chicken on it. Becky said, if this is your first time, please let us know where you are joining from. Thank you very much, Becky. Becky is our sister-in-law.
Yeah, which is why she's using my nickname, which is RAE. My mother got that from an old movie, and if she's in here, she could probably actually type in the movie where I got my nickname.
So did want to let everybody know, again, we do get a lot of chat in there, and sometimes we do miss comments. If you have something you absolutely want us to see, you can always go ahead down below and use the super chat. That'll kind of start flashing our screen that, hey, so-and-so has a comment. That does go help the channel. We greatly appreciate that. Not mandatory, just letting you know that's how we will absolutely see you. If you have something, Thursday nights, if you're new to our channel, is kind of like a no holds barred, ask what you want. Family time, we kind of talk about whatever, but we will answer any questions within reason. And just try to go through everything. So yeah, Chris and Miriam are here. Rhonda is here. Diane is here. The Warden is here. Maitreya is here.
Hey, guys.
Donna Sparrow is here. Danita is here. Caboodle is here. Shauna is here. So we're going to go ahead and jump back down towards the bottom. It looks like Chad is here. Greetings to the 2KK family.
So glad you're here.
Michelle is here from Camp Lejeune, North Carolina.
Yay!
So Line Girl is here. Keto Crafter. So, okay, So last night, so it's interesting. So yesterday, Rachel and I were in the pool, which is a rare occurrence in itself.
But we were cleaning out our church is having a new campus, so we were cleaning out the facility.
Put one more link down below. Will you
that
say
we're
this?
moving into in Lighthouse Point, Florida, closer to the beach. The one that we're in Parkland is closer to the Everglades side of South Florida, and so now we're going to be also on the eastern side. And I was just a dust bunny, like just a total dust bunny. I was completely covered from head to toe. So was Caleb, with just sweat and concrete. And have you ever been where you've like cleaned out something and you can't even see? Like, I'm not normally prone to allergies, but I could not see.
Hold on, we do have a super chat. Thank you very much, Chris, for the $5 super chat. Said mandatory fun, no lollygagging.
No lollygagging.
So yeah, Rachel was doing that. Oh, and you said that was just July, right? Use code July.
Yep.
I'm just putting that down there in the description
before we forget, because we will.
Because I will absolutely forget. So, one more announcement I forgot to mention. If you were interested, this is not pushing our faith or anything like that, but a lot of people do ask us and stuff. And Rachel this weekend is actually one of the preachers at our church. They're doing a special series called Voices, and she will be preaching for, 7 minutes?
Yeah, or 8
minutes. 7 or 8 minutes.
They said 7, so you
Could
know
be
8.
10, right?
Could be 20.
So Rachel will be preaching. So if you're interested in seeing her message, which is actually really, really good and kind of applies to keto as well.
I think so too.
So that there are services live, and they are all put on YouTube as well as on our website for church. And those are at 6:15 on Saturday, 9 a.m., 10:15, and 11:30 on Sunday, if you are interested in seeing Rachel's message this weekend.
Yeah.
So Rachel's doing that. We were in the pool, and it's funny, Anthony and Sarah have somehow taught our Labrador Retriever, who's supposed to be a water dog, who never wanted to go in the water
before,
to not only go swimming with them, but now if you're in the pool area, she's going in the pool, and she's not getting out so long as you are in there. You have to actually keep physically taking her out, going, okay, you need to go to the bathroom. Because she won't get out.
It's like a toddler that's playing, and they're having so much fun. If you ever try to get a toddler out of the pool, they're like not having it.
Yeah, so she will swim in there for 4 straight hours. So I had taken her out of the pool. I said, hey, you need to go to the bathroom. She goes out, and we noticed that she was kind of sniffing behind our old doors that we had for the fence and stuff, not really paying too much attention to anything. And then we finally brought her back in, and then Caleb comes home last night. He was doing his chore of putting all the garbage out, and he comes in, he goes, the chickens aren't in their coop.
All the chickens got locked out.
Which is very weird, because they all go in there automatically every night. The door closes at sunset. Everything is always good. And so I go out, and I'm like, that's kind of weird. And he notices one of them has a little cut. And I'm like, that's kind of strange. So we go to put them all back in, and we do find one of our chickens, which is Zilla. This was Zilla on day 1. And how old was she in this one?
She was, I want to say about like 2 months old.
And then we had also
and then when she was actually that was like the day
That was a party.
Yeah, that was a party.
Yeah. So, we find her in the coop, passed away, and we're like, that's kind of weird. And then I look over, and we had a possum decide that it was going to sneak into the coop and basically just ambush them as they came in to lay their eggs.
One at a time.
So they must have gotten her, and then the 2 other ones have some marks. It looks like they're going to be okay. One of them is Hannah, the gray Brahma that we have. But it must have happened during the day, and we had no idea. It's been a tough day, because everyone who knows us knows we love our chickens.
We know they're chickens. We get it. We understand.
It is part of farm life and everything else, but it was hard to, everybody was very upset that we lost one of our chickens. And tragedy can bring about things in our lifestyle when it comes to eating that we maybe don't really want to deal with.
So last night, after I had a really good cry, I just knew I was not going to be in a great place the next morning. So, and again, I know this is a chicken, but it's lost, and I thought...
That we raised from a day old.
You know, I love this animal, and I thought I better be prepared for this day. So I looked at Joe and I said, I'm having 3 keto chows tomorrow. Them now, and let's have a meal prep ready to go so that I don't make a really stupid decision in grief. And so I went to work today with the thought on my mind, like, I'm gonna be staying at work later than normal because I don't want to allow myself any nonsense time. I just wanna stay on track. And then on my drive home, I actually had to tell myself, like, you're going straight home. Like, stop at the post office, do whatever you need to do, but like, you're going straight home. You're not stopping at the grocery store. You're not stopping at McDonald's. Like, go straight home, which is what I did. And I was really thankful to have an opportunity to meal prep. And I think, I'm not alone, I don't think, in when you're super sad, you can make some really dumb choices, and I didn't want to do that. So right. I was glad we were prepared for it.
Yep. He said Shelly already booked as a hotel for the Goody Beat meetup. That's awesome. You guys are gonna love Goody Beats and just everybody there. I mean, so many people there. I wish we could be there, but we had already made the decision that we were going to Utah. And we got a busy couple months coming up with lots of different keto events. Which
makes my heart so happy. Like, we're gonna see each other in person. Like, I'm very excited.
I do apologize if there is a little bit of echo. That's probably gonna be a couple weeks because we still have to order sound panels and get everything done. But you can't put them up until all of the other walls are done.
Right.
But we are excited to be able to change things up, hopefully bring a little bit better quality for you guys.
Make you proud of us.
Yes.
Make you prouder. Let's do it right. Let's not shame the family.
Raquel said, just made the yogurt that you posted. It's amazing. Thank you for the amazing recipe.
Thanks so much for giving it a try.
The warden said if I could only clone myself and be at both events. That's how I feel.
A teleporter would be really awesome right now. I would not mind borrowing Hermione's necklace right now so that I could be in 2 places at once like she did in Harry Potter, but like sadly, I cannot do that.
Chris said, Utah meetup with 2KK and Keto Chow. Here is the information. Okay. It's at meetup.com. I was trying to find like low carb events and it wasn't listed on there.
I love that he says it's a MEAT up too. That's so cute.
Okay. Gonna go down. Shauna said, making me want to relocate.
Aw, Shauna, I wish Shauna lived next door. I feel like we would just hang out all the time.
Jerry said, I don't handle tragedy well. My first spin doing keto-ish ended in 2019 with 2 coworkers passing away within 8 days of each other, and then my uncle afterwards. I am an emotional eater.
Right
so
here.
Are we.
Totally, that's me. And it's not always like sad eating, it's mad eating, it's happy eating. It is a true emotion. Mm-hmm. And so even several years into this now, knowing better, making videos about doing the right thing, I still have to take steps to prepare myself for the day. I don't think that you get to any place where you're just like, I got this. I think the moment that you're like, I totally got this, is when you're like, I don't got this. That's when you make a terrible mistake.
Matreya said, pretty sure that even adding plus special salt event at work would still say no time off to head to Utah.
Matreya.
Kind of stinks.
I hope you had a good birthday though.
Shauna said no aftershakes.
Yeah. Oh yes. I think she was talking about like they were starting with earthquakes there.
Yep.
Gracious. And I mean the rain. I think that is partly we're bringing out a whole slew of animals. I was driving to work today and there was an entire like herd of rats going across the interstate. You never see that. You just don't.
Right.
But I think just there's nowhere else for them to go. Every area is just
We do have a
flooded.
trap set in the backyard to catch this opossum. Can somebody please tell me why possum is spelled opossum? That's what I want to know.
There's 2 ways to spell possum.
Well, generally it's called, it's opossum.
This is what is haunting me. I cannot get it out of my mind. Several months back, a young possum fell into our pool. And I can't stand seeing anything be hurt. So I fished it out of our pool and it about ate me up because they're nasty. They're mean as a snake if they're not, I mean, I've seen people who have them as a pet, and that's a different situation, but this was a feral one. And I mean, it is all teeth. It's just a triangle of teeth. But I rehomed it across to the golf course where there's like a woodland area there across the street from us. And I'm like, did I just rehome the possum that wound up eating my baby? Like, that's been spinning in my mind all day. No. Like, so sad.
Scotty and Deanne said, howdy, friends.
Howdy.
Oh, Positively Patty said, we call our daughter Rachel by the nickname Ray.
How awesome.
Danita said, today my daughter smacked a bee away from her head and killed it. She felt so bad, made a tiny coffin and buried it.
What a precious, precious girl. That is so sweet. I mean, that's, it's totally false to think that like we're meat eaters, therefore we don't like animals. I think that we like animals more because I think we're so aware of the sacrifice they have to make in order for us to have food.
Hold on. We got an important one here.
Uh-oh.
He said, I hope you're happy, Joe.
Okay.
I put on a 3XL shirt today and it was too big.
Yay!
So I changed into a 2X plus. I'm down to 285 pounds.
Wow.
That is amazing. That is amazing. It's time to send you an extra large shirt. And we're gonna put you in that.
I will punch him.
Next up is large.
I will punch him straight in the mouth for you.
No, you won't.
Don't you worry about it.
Now, by the time we see them at Keto Palooza in September, Keith is gonna be in an extra large.
He'll be in a polka dot bikini by then. That is so exciting, and that is the best news I have heard all day.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Linda said, Linda is here with the generator running.
Oh no, have you lost power?
Jerry said, my 12-year-old golden retriever is getting up there and we know we're going to have to make a decision at some time in the future. We're never ready to say goodbye to our fur babies.
No.
Yeah, we're having that with Roscoe, our oldest cat,
Don't
who
say
is
it.
almost 15. And his new thing now, he can't jump up on the counter. He has to, what do the kids call it? Parkour it.
Parkour.
Right? He's got to go from like the floor to the step stool to the couch to the bench to up on the counter to get his food. And he pretty much sleeps behind the TV. And I said to Rachel even this morning, I'm like, I know, just one day I'm going to go back behind that television and there he's going to be. And it's going to be really, really upsetting.
Nope.
No. But he keeps going back there and unplugging our internet. Like I texted Becky the other day, I'm like, do you have internet? Like, I have no internet. I keep unplugging and plugging in the modem, like at the modem itself. I've contacted Comcast. They said you have internet. I'm like, no, I don't. And then I look down, he keeps unplugging it out of the wall. Because he jumps back there and climbs over and just unplugs it.
He could be responsible for some of the internet debacles we've experienced.
Aaron is here.
Hey, Aaron!
Hi.
Bless your heart. We are so excited for your wedding. We got to see the highlights from your shower. You looked absolutely exquisite. I'm so excited.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm so excited you're getting married.
Diane said that guy on your shirt is wearing a Life is Good shirt too. That is some good eyes.
That is some fantastic eyes. Wow. That is awesome. I need those eyeballs.
Lots of people saying congratulations to Heath. Becky said, I can't wait to see my sis preach on Saturday.
So excited.
Debbie said, I will definitely be tuning in to see your sermon. How amazing.
Thanks.
Blue Dove is here. Said, hey family, just finished up serving air fryer tuna steaks. Love that thing. Best Prime Day. Bye.
I didn't put this picture in the family group, I don't think, but it's so funny. It is a picture of the Volturi from Twilight looking all snobby, and it's how people with an air fryer look at people who don't have an air fryer.
Yes.
It cracked me up so much because it was how do you not have an air fryer?
Yeah.
And it's we don't feel that way, but it's just kind of funny.
Yeah. Chris said the fact that only one was killed is a bit of a sad blessing.
Yeah.
It really is. Because out of the 6, one of, like, Hannah got tore up a little bit, like got her on the head, right behind the, no, actually I was noticing today the comb is there, you got her right behind the comb. I forgot she's got the small
She's got
comb.
the tiny one, but
her wing got pretty bit up. But she seems to be getting back to herself. And another one got a little bit of a bite. But I think what happened is it must have gone in there, eaten the eggs in the day, and then just laid in the one back corner, because there's 3 nesting boxes, but they never use one of them.
Right.
And that's where I found it, just laying in the back. So it must have been just waiting for each one to come in.
And that's what gets you, because for the chickens, they have to be able to have access back to their coop during the day, because that's where they want to lay their eggs.
Right.
So you have to leave the door open to the coop. And I thought, wow, like, we left the door open, but that's how that varmint got in. And I thought, what else in my life am I leaving the door open to? Am I leaving any part of my keto journey with the door open vulnerable to anything? Because, like, if I need to fortify my keto journey, and if you're experiencing that too, maybe it's a good reminder to just, like, maybe lock up.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes just, like, fortify it. I mean, we even put bricks around the coop again, but it didn't dig in. It went in right through the front door.
Yeah, it went right in. So Chris said, set yourself up for success. Prepare with a plan. That is super wise.
And I was super happy that we have keto chow. I just went right to the cabinet, was like, yep, it's a keto chow day, and, like, just made it, and it was a non-negotiable thing, and it took the emotion out of it, which I was really thankful for.
Yeah, because, I mean, and just because of the lifestyle we lead, we're not super into making large, long recipes. That's why if you look at all of our recipes on our website, they're generally very simple. They're so easy that even Rachel could make it.
For fast families.
We're fast paced. We never have time to spend, like, hours making recipes, and just the way, I mean, good or bad, I can't think about, like, hey, I want to eat this meal in 3 hours, so I need to start cooking it now.
Yeah.
So that's why we eat very simply: burgers, ground beef, chicken, salads, eggs, bacon. We are very simple, and even when we're making our different recipes, every one of those you can whip them together in 5 minutes, stick them in the oven, and they're done in 30 minutes.
I will say that, because I mean, even the things that we cook for a long time, like smoker, it's a set it and forget it. Like,
right.
you're putting it in,
right.
And it does take a long time, but it's not something that you're, like...
It's 5 minutes of prep and wait.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was so funny. So I went into work, and one of our subscribers, Barb, was in church writing out, birthday cards to people, just, like, volunteering. And she goes, Rachel, how did you finish that epic chip? She's like, I got those epic chips that you guys...
Those are so bad.
Released it. She goes, first of all, I almost broke my tooth off. Second of all, I thought, I better not eat this by myself. If I eat this and I'm alone, like, if I start to choke, like, that's it. Because it was, like, so dry.
It was so bad.
And she was...
I don't know what they were thinking.
She was surprised, too. And the biggest thing was, she's like, man, Epic really seasons their stuff amazingly. Like, she likes the cracklins, too. And so she was just like, that was just so rough.
I don't know how they missed the mark. I'm like, do they not have, like, product testers? Like, I look at Chris and Miriam, everything that comes in, even a flavor that they've had for years, every batch that comes in, they product test. Like, how did, and again, I like their pork rinds, but how did that miss? Like,
dry, tasteless. Break your teeth off. Nailed it, guys. Everybody, I think this focus group is we can adjourn. Perfect.
Blue Dove said, always said to lose your animals. It's nice that you guys take your caretaking so seriously.
They make life worth living. I think, animals just make life better.
Anthony's right now really pushing for another dog. Leslie said, last year at the beginning of the pandemic, my husband abandoned me and my kids. I couldn't eat for weeks until my antidepressants kicked in. It actually is what kickstarted my weight loss. I
totally get it, because it's just like, it is, you're just so connected, and it's like you're striving for comfort, and in my head, I know what is right. So when you have a moment of clarity, like, whoa, Rachel, prepare. I knew last night, make your meal now.
Right.
Don't make it tomorrow. Right. Make it now. So if there's something that you're like, I know 2 weeks from now, I've got to work with a tough person at work. Sometimes you just know there's a meeting up ahead. It's going to be rough. Prepare for it, because there is going to be some emotion attached to that day, and you just don't want to, like, make a mistake
Yep.
that you don't have to.
Yeah. Debbie said, very true. Our emotions can be so tumultuous when it comes to eating through stress.
It really is.
Mary said, my best friend passed away in January of 2020. I didn't change my eating whatsoever. I stayed right on track, and I gained almost 10 pounds.
Wow.
And cortisol, it's just that cortisol is a killer. Weight is gone plus now. Yeah, cortisol
So
is no joke, you know? So if you're super stressed and if you're not sleeping, all of that can add to weight gain, even if you're eating perfectly.
Yeah.
Cindy is here. So this is my first time to make a live.
Welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm sorry that we're kind of talking, like I'm a little bit sad. I will get my attitude together.
Jerry said, don't sweat the echo. It's not obnoxious. There are so many worse live streams.
Like the McDonald's drive-through sound.
I meant to pull out the lavalier mics, and I just did not have a chance.
Lavalier. You just like saying that word.
Chris said, hey, we have 7 chickens here that Rachel can play with, including 2 bantam sillies that look like crazy llama chickens.
Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to hold them.
They have silkies.
Silkies are like so cute. I wanted silkies, but they're not tremendous egg layers. And so Joe was like, we got to keep it tight and like we need an army of egg layers.
And you also wanted super friendly, and they have to be really heat tolerant.
Yeah. Well, silkies are super friendly.
Yeah. Melanie said, loss brings up feelings associated with other previous losses as well. Rachel, you were so incredibly strong that you had the mindset to meal prep.
Thank you. I have just made the mistake so many times that it's like I can deal with it because I have totally made so many mistakes. I have gone, and when it's the fork in the road, emotional eat or don't emotional eat, I have taken the emotional eating road so many times that I'm like, let's not. Let's do something different.
Blue Dove said, spoilers, Rachel. We're reading the final chapters of the Prisoner of Azkaban.
I'm sorry. I won't give any more spoilers. But that's a great one. That's a great book.
Shauna said, we have no rain, just earthquakes. In fact, is Julie Rusco here? One was centered near her.
Oh my gracious.
Melanie said, I'm going through a hard time and a harsh, scary reality I have to face, and I'm focusing on just staying keto, not counting macros, just trying to do as good as I can, and I can get okay, back to clean.
Melanie, I think that is a fantastic plan, and I'm like super proud of you for just being aware of that and moving forward with that. I think that's a great idea. Yeah. I think that is a really good idea.
Heather said they cannot trap and relocate possums there. I will never forget we had one in the house. And
yes,
it was in the house, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, and he like his scary teeth, and I thought I beat that thing with a bat because it was coming after me.
It was coming after the boys.
And then all of a sudden, like stuff everywhere, and I thought I killed it, and then I go get a garbage bag, and I come back, and I'm like, now what? He was gone.
They will crap themselves to throw you off.
Well, that's what happened. That's why I scrubbed out the coop today, because that's what he did in the coop. It was in the coop.
And they didn't want to go back in. So yeah, it was like power spray the whole thing, change all the bedding out, put in new like food, like make everything as like, because there's a scent to all of these animals, you know, and I don't want them to be scared.
Yeah. I hear who gave Tabitha inside of her cage a noodle.
I did not.
That is what she's got in there.
I won't even say somebody gave it to her. I have a feeling
she pulled it out of the pool.
She pulled it out of the pool.
She likes to tear them apart.
She loves pool noodles. She knows she's not supposed, and she's stopping now because she can see my face. She's not supposed to rip them apart, but she does.
Chris said, I love animals. They're delicious. Nice.
Super tasty.
Shauna said, I'm trying to talk and listen to y'all. Decided to take my toddler and bully, and they are making me work harder on this walk.
They, like, when they're ready to go, like, let's go, and trying to keep up with an animal and a toddler, like, you're amazing. Amazing.
Donald said, animals fun to pet, better to chew.
Right?
Chris wants to know, does the 2XL have a pocket on it?
A pocket shirt?
Mary said, I'll take your rain. The heat is killing us. Now our province is on fire.
Oh my gracious.
We're supposed to take a steam train ride next week, but they canceled due to extreme fire risk.
Oh my gracious. Really I hope you get the rain. And Utah too. Gracious.
He said, thank you to everybody. I'm too lazy to list all of your names.
Okay, the greatest is the warden above. Great. Now I have to buy him a polka dot bikini.
He could just Porky Pig it.
I say porky.
I think you should Porky Pig the whole ride from Texas to Louisville.
Don't listen to this man.
I'll do it.
No, you won't. I love you, but no, you won't. Jackie says, Opossum lives in North and South America while possums live in Australia. Thank you for that clarification.
That is very, I did not know that.
But
we still call them possums.
They all look like they are stitched together animals that were like God's leftovers.
Nasty.
Right? It's like, how is that tail and that head? It's like an armadillo. What was going on there? It was like, we got all these leftover parts, like a platypus.
Kat is here, said, so sorry, Rachel, those chickens are your babies. Joe, you're going to have to stand guard now.
I came home from work, get my chair out and like post it in the yard, and Joe's like, you're waiting for the possum to come back. Are you going to fight it? Like, you're going to punch it?
No, I have a completely different attitude. So Teresa said, I'm so sorry about Zilla. We had a weasel kill most of our flock one year. So sad.
It just hurts your heart.
So what ended up happening was I was like, oh my gosh, we're actually going tomorrow to have dinner with John Paul and Michelle, and they live about an hour and a half away from us, which is like the closest Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, we were planning on going up there. We need more pine shavings and I need more food. Only now I had to scrub the whole coop today and I didn't have any more pine shavings. So I had to go to a local place who charges like 3 times more than Tractor Supply.
It was a huge difference.
It's ridiculous. So I go in there and I walk in to baby chickens.
Right.
And my thing is
this is not the day for it.
My thing is I'm getting more chickens now. Like there's no doubt in my mind. I'm getting more chickens. I've got to be prepared. You only get egg layers for a couple of years, so I've got to start the new cycle. And I walk in, I'm like, it's a sign. There's chickens right there. So I said to the guy, I was getting them. And I say to the guy,
I believe it. I've met you.
Well, how do you think we got the first set of chickens? Well, you just came home one day, hey, guess what I got?
I came home to a parrot. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, there could be like a zebra.
So I go to the guy, are those hens? Are they roosters? He is like, I don't know. I'm like, oh, so they're straight runs. And he was like, what does that mean? And I'm like, straight run, like they're not sexed. He's like, no, they get sexed when, when they're at the hatchery. I'm like, okay, but if they didn't tell you what they are, then you have straight runs. No, they just don't tell us, but they've already sexed. I'm like, no, that's not how it works.
But then you
So
would
you
know.
have straight runs. And he's like, I guess, because he's like, I'm like, you don't know which ones are females, right? Because I don't want a rooster. He's like, no. I'm like, yeah, well, straight runs, pretty much about 80% of them are roosters.
It's like, I've never heard that term before. I'm like, you work in a
The
farm
only
place.
reason I did not come home with 3 new chickens is because I didn't know if I was going to be getting hens. That's the only reason I didn't come home with.
Jesus loves me. This I know.
Blue Dust said you can eat a possum, rehome that offender in your belly.
Right,
no.
Circle it. We are.
Rachel's like, where's the gun?
I know. We're like, we're gonna circle it like this for real. Like, we relocating it to heaven.
I may relocate it right to lunch for the chickens that have survived. That's what I may do. Maitreya said, yeah, our elder cat is 18.
Wow.
She didn't fatten up over winter and has been hunting less. Yeah, Roscoe doesn't even go outside anymore, and he has always been an outside hunting cat.
I am curious, what color is your cat? I have had anytime I have a black and white cat, it lives to nearly 20. Yeah. Like, we had a black and white cat growing up, and it just lived forever.
Shauna said, I agree. How does anybody cook without an air fryer?
Right?
Miriam said, remind me, when are you giving this sermon at Rachel? Saturday at 6:15. So she's got to do it 4 times. She's got to do it live Saturday at 6:15, Sunday at 9 a.m., Sunday at 10:15, and then Sunday at 11:30. I guess you start somewhere, probably, I guess the sermon itself, because you have worship first, which is all live. Somewhere probably about
6:45.
About 20 minutes after service starts. Rhonda, thank you very much for the, $5 super chat.
Thank you.
Said you guys for Maria Emmerich's protein sparing modified chocolate pudding.
Yum.
Microwave the liquid egg covered for 3 minutes, stir, put in the refrigerator 10 minutes, and mix. Yeah, we are planning on doing that. We're going to redo our protein sparing modified fast when we get home from Utah. So we did do it once before. We've gotten a lot of messages about that. When we did do it the way Maria Emmerich talks about on her website, where we alternated days. But you have to remember, when we did a protein sparing modified fast the first time, we were coming from, our diet consisted of 75 to 80% of our calories from fat. So we were used to very high fat, very flavorful foods. We never ate chicken breast. Everything was very high fatty meats with butters and creams and things like that. So it was very weird for us to go from that to all of a sudden eating like a very low fat, high protein day. And when you did it, it wasn't that we didn't like it. It was just, it wasn't normal for us.
It was.
But now we eat a much higher protein, a 1-to-1. So we almost eat that way on a regular basis.
Also, at the time we were doing it, we were counting calories, including protein calories.
Yes.
So now, we could add protein when you're doing that, extra protein if you needed it. Back then, that's all we knew was you had to do it within the calorie count.
Right.
So that was another layer that now it wouldn't, that would not be an issue for us. We wouldn't be focused on calories like we were when we did it. Was it a year ago or 2 years ago? So
it was about a year ago. Now I will say that when we do it, we probably will not, we won't incorporate a whole lot of recipes. But we will be following more of the way she is, with the exception of, my attitude is, if I go over on protein, I'm going over on protein. I don't care about protein because protein calories don't count. We will just keep on our fasting days, we will keep the fat at the proper amount, which is usually about 30 grams, and then eating, our protein. And if I go over by 10, 20, 50 grams, I don't care. I'm just gonna worry about the fat.
But I've been super excited. This has been the year of protein.
Yep. I'm excited.
And I am so excited about that. So however you are working to get your protein up, whether it is doing, the protein sparing modified fast, whether it's doing just a protein 1-to-1, whether it's just being super conscious of getting your protein in first, I am tickled, and I am loving seeing you all have really good results while you're doing it, and enjoy it, because I love seeing y'all making recipes, making her bread, making French toast with it, like just so many versatile things. And she's really a brilliant chef and just a wonderful person.
Yeah, we may make the bread one time. If I can find somebody who will give us a little bit of the egg white. I mean, we have some egg white protein, but honestly, one of the biggest reasons that we don't make the bread is it's not anything other than I don't miss bread, so I don't really feel the need to make bread.
But for some people, that is super important, and we totally celebrate that.
Right. Teresa said, I tried making your yogurt with whole milk. It was really good. Got the yogurt strainer on Prime Day. Then I tried using sugar-free, fat-free milk from Whole Foods, and it was an epic fail. It wouldn't work if you have, I don't know what sugar-free milk you use, but I've never seen a sugar-free milk, but it wouldn't work because you have to understand the way yogurt work is the cultures work off of the sugar. The reason that we like to use Fairlife or the Ultra is because it's reduced sugar. So you have a regular milk, and then the Fairlife is a reduced sugar because what they're doing is they're removing the lactose. And so you end up with about 50% of the normal sugar. And so the cultures are able to live off of that sugar. But if there's no sugar there at all, the cultures wouldn't be able to work. They need sugar. Just what happens is at the end, they've eaten up the sugar and then you're straining off the whey. But that's also why there's no way, unless you're gonna send off your batch to a lab, there's no way of knowing exactly how many carbs. We can guess because you're measuring out the whey and that's leftover sugar. But you could actually have even less because you don't know how much the cultures have actually used up. So you can have something that says like, hey, this has 2 grams of carbs in it. It could have less in it if you have live bacteria in there that is constantly feeding off of that sugar, because as they feed off of it, the sugar content goes down.
But I can tell you right now, I'm not sending our dinner to a lab.
No.
Like, we're just eating it.
Chris said, I saw an advertisement for a convection oven talking about how you can air fry in your oven. That's just what a convection oven is. Yeah, and it is. The only thing that makes the air fryer cool is because it's such a compact thing. It's just doing it in a much smaller area so it can work even faster. Like we have Our toaster oven is also an air fryer, but I don't get nearly the same result as I do in a regular one. Plus, you get a lot of the grease splatter. If you're doing like chicken wings, it splatters all over that thing as opposed to in that little tiny air fryer, so it's easier to clean.
So my thing is, if you have like a toaster oven that is less expensive, I wouldn't upgrade to a toaster oven that has that air fryer feature, because I don't think it's working as good. Like it would be better to have two lines.
It makes things crispy, but not as good as an air fryer.
Not as
That's
good.
just my opinion.
Yeah.
Mary said, I jinxed myself bragging about how many chicken wings we have in Canada. Went to a grocery store today. Not a wing to be found. That'll teach me for bragging.
Wow, that is just, and it continues to be that case. We looked this past weekend and there was no chicken wings.
Yep. Len said, Joe, I went to Sam's, got the pulled pork drenched in sugar-free barbecue sauce and baked it in the oven for hours. Oh boy, can't wait to eat. Thanks for the share.
We have loved it.
That was so good.
It has been so good. We were eating it, even mixing it up in salads and stuff. It is so versatile, and it cooked like that. Just put it in the Instapot.
Yeah. Maitreya said, if it was a possum in the chicken coop, put up Christmas lights and get them a little radio. The chickens like it, and it scares possums.
Maitreya, thank you very much. That's a great idea.
Peggy said those epic crisps looked nasty.
So I told Barb, I said, well, you know what it was? It reminded me, and I think I mentioned it in the video, that I enjoy eating chicken bones, and it kind of reminded me of that. Well, she's like, well, stop doing that.
Blue Dev said, I pulled the trigger on carnivore while I was freshly grieving the loss of my mother. They say not to make big life decisions in grief, but I felt empowered to take charge of my healing.
Yeah.
No regrets.
That, I think, is a really positive change. Like, don't get a haircut. That's the change. Don't make a decision to, like, move somewhere. Like, give it some time. But I think that just getting healthy and eating healthier, like, that's a great idea.
I have to say, now that you say that, I mean, and this is... Our friend from church, who just had a baby, is the first pregnant woman I have ever known in my entire life that did not cut her hair off.
She didn't. I begged her before because
and we have two more friends who are pregnant.
I have a question. What if
pregnancy is contagious?
If you have had a child, did you, upon having that baby,
or right before,
cut your hair not because you're like, I need a new style, but because you thought it was somehow gonna free up a whole bunch of time? Like, I don't know how much time I thought that I needed to get combing my hair, but yeah, that was like the first thing I did when I had Caleb.
Am I right? Like, it just hit me
my head.
when you said life change, don't make decisions, cutting her hair. She is the first person.
She has the most gorgeous hair, and I was like trying to be like not scary with her. Like when it was like month 8, I was like, I love your hair so much, please don't cut it. She was like, okay. But she has a lot of people with long hair in her family, so I think it's just like, I don't know, you feel like you're part of it.
I'm wondering if the other 2 people are going to do it.
I don't know. Yeah, because pregnancy is contagious. It's all over the place.
Sabrina said, my husband and I worked almost 12 hours trimming trees and dragging limbs around. He in the lift and me on the ground assisting. I guarantee we couldn't have done this pre-keto. Fitbit over 15,000 steps. That is awesome.
That is awesome. And doesn't it just feel, I mean, you're tired, you're sweaty, you're sore, but isn't there something so good about being able to put that full day of work in and be shoulder to shoulder with your partner? Like, we're doing this together, baby.
Right.
Like, I don't know, it feels very victorious. I liked, picking up stuff and moving things. And even Caleb, I think, was a little bit impressed with his mama because I could pick up big, heavy things.
I need you to talk for a minute because I just realized that we need to do a drawing for the Chow Club box.
Yes. Oh my
so
gracious.
While I'm pulling all that up, you need to kill time.
Kill time? Well, now that you've put me on the spot, there's absolutely no way. There's just absolutely no way.
Let me just get this, and we're gonna go to
pick a winner.
We're gonna pick a winner. So let's go ahead over there.
All right, gonna move over that. Wonder how many people want to try the Chow Club box.
Ready?
Anything goes. Let's see. Oh, gracious. 238, and the winner is
Elizabeth Davis. And I have followed you and love you both from the beginning. Would love to win this, as I love Keto Chow. 2.
Elizabeth, congratulations.
So Elizabeth, here is what you need to do. Go ahead and post that on Facebook when you get a chance, Rachel.
Okay.
What you need to do is send me an email at joe@twoCrazyKetos.com, and we will send that right out. It's coming directly from us. So as soon as you send us that, we will ship it right out to you.
We won't lick it.
And maybe the post office will deliver it in a year.
Right. No, you be sweet.
We've seriously, I mean, we've had so many things that we have mailed out and people are like, yeah, I got it like 3 weeks later. I don't know what is going on with them.
I know it.
Chris said the problem with Silkies is they make little tiny eggs that are like half the size of a normal egg.
They're friends.
Yeah, no,
and
I want big eggs.
And speaking of hair, they usually have great hair. They've got great hair. I mean, actual hairdos.
Liz said, I visited my non-keto in-laws. We went to Sam's and cooked for everyone. They were understanding. Loved them. Stayed on plan.
Liz,
that is awesome.
That is a non-scale victory to beat the band. Like, that is really, really exciting. When you have somebody that's like, and maybe they don't even get it. Maybe they don't even understand it totally, but they just support you while you're making this life change. And that's just so awesome.
Melanie said, love this group. Somehow y'all make people feel seen, heard, and supported.
Well, Melanie,
we love you guys. I mean,
thank
you guys,
you make it.
You guys make us, stay accountable. You keep us going. Every day we wake up and we're like, I don't know. And then we read comments and we're like, wow, like you keep us motivated.
You really
keep us on track.
On
task. So thank you. And we talk about this all the time, like even in church, like, you go to bless somebody, and I have left going like, I don't know if I did anything for them, but they sure did a lot for me.
And that is in any volunteering capacity too, or just being kind to somebody. You do it because you're trying to bless them, you're trying to encourage them, but you get so much more blessed, right?
Yes.
Like anytime you serve in like I mean, even when we've gone to like animal shelters and served, gone to communities and passed out food or books or clothing, like it always blesses you more.
Yeah. Debbie said, I can't believe I get to meet you guys in 8 days.
Yay!
Not that I'm counting or anything. 709,176 minutes.
And everybody remember, if you see us in Utah, if you don't want to be attacked with the hug monster, then just let me know, not too close, Miss Rachel, because I will hug you.
Danita said, really makes me want to get chickens now.
They're so precious. I honestly think that chickens are the greatest.
They are really
feathered
fun.
Pets.
They are really fun. If I'm going to get chickens, now will be the time to get them, though, because we can raise them outside and not in the garage, because it's nice and hot outside. I don't have to worry about
That's always the concern during the winter.
During the winter. We can raise them on the patio, and then as they get a little bit bigger, we can put them near the screen so they can get acclimated.
Y'all see my face, and that's a hard no.
No. You'll do it for me. Shauna said, my friend used to live near a creek. She used to feed the possums and raccoons cat food till possum mating season under house. Then animal control had to come cage and remove.
Oh, no. Yeah, because I'm sure that, I've seen raccoons and possums both where people have raised them since they're babies and they're tame. I mean, squirrels, too. Like my grandfather it was a squirrel that lived outside, but he taught it tricks, and it was a totally different situation because he had it since it was a baby. And the same way, I know a girl who has a skunk as a pet.
No, we also had a friend who had a pet buffalo.
Yeah.
On less than an acre of property.
Yeah, the skunk was a better choice because they had the scent thing removed.
Still no. Keto Crafter said, gonna have to go. Gotta get up early for an appointment to see if and when surgery. Love y'all.
Love you.
Warden said, LOL, Joe, if you do, Heath will too.
There you go. The porky pigging.
Yeah, we're gonna porky pig all the way.
Let's go.
Was it 15-hour driving of porky pig? I hope I don't get pulled over.
Oh man, I was so tempted this week. I saw that, it was no joke. Heath and Shelly have a home that is gorgeous in their neighborhood that's for sale. And I was like, Texas. How fun would that be?
I would move to Texas tomorrow.
If
our kids would go, I would go.
Man, we may just have to duct tape them, rope them up, throw them in the trunk.
Karen said possums are good for eating ticks.
I did not know that. I didn't know that.
Tunnel said I only like possums that are grass-fed,
grass-finished. Well, this one probably would be. We have capybaras here in Central Florida.
I don't even know what that is.
That is one of those it's like a giant It's like in the rat family, isn't it? It's like a great big ugly gerbil looking thing.
See, Chris said you have to buy at least 3 chicks at a time.
Right.
Yeah. Like when I get home from Utah, maybe we'll come home from Utah with them.
And Shauna says, and it was a 3-hour drive to rehome your rooster. Yes, because we started out with 7.
Right.
But, and again, you do your best to be successful as a pet owner. We had done all of the research. We went to a place where we knew that we could get all females, and then cock-a-doodle-doo, we had a rooster.
Yep.
We were not prepared for.
Kathleen said, have to take off. Good night, all, and hugs, Rachel.
Thank you so much.
Mary said, we just got a kitten this fall, needed a mouser.
Yes.
She is orange and white and the love of my life. Her name is
Tallulah.
Tallulah. She's a great hunter, but we would have kept her even if she wasn't.
Oh, absolutely. How sweet.
Come on, Anthony wants a dog. Let's just get 3 more chickens. They're much better. They're easier to take care of.
Look at this.
It'll work. Debbie said, I'm going to Utah. Can't wait to see you.
I can't wait to see you either, Debbie. It'll be this time next week we'll be there.
Yep, this time next week we're going to be trying to do the live stream.
How
you
exciting.
panic about live streams like we're from home. Now we're going to do one on the road from Utah.
I'm going to start sweating right now. Right now.
Debbie said, I just watched the video of yours today and you ended up saying probably wouldn't ever do that again.
Right? I know.
What are we talking about you would never do again?
Well, I don't know if you're meaning the chickens. I remember we said we weren't going to do it.
No, we didn't. No. Blue Dove said, was anybody able to get quail eggs for tomorrow's chop challenge?
In a can.
Struck out. In a can?
In a can.
I didn't know it was in a can.
It was sent to us as a fear factor.
Oh, I thought we were just doing regular quail eggs. I was going to go to Whole Foods to get them.
Do you think you can find them? I didn't think
they have them at Whole Foods.
Okay, I did not see them at the places
Our Whole
I
Foods
went.
has them.
Oh, okay. We'll get them fresh.
Shauna said, I used to think I really liked eggs a lot. I'm finding not so much.
Well, here's the good thing. If you don't like quail eggs, it's no problem because they're tiny. Just take it like a medicine pill, right? It's this tiny.
Shauna said, protein 1-to-1 is working great for me. I really appreciate learning that.
Shauna, I love you.
Rhonda said, instead of boiling eggs and using egg whites, a quicker way is to get rid of the smell and get it done faster is to just microwave a carton liquid egg whites and proceed as usual.
Oh, how cool.
Leslie said, I make a different protein bread for protein sparing modified fast. It keeps me full for hours.
That is awesome. You'll have to share the recipe.
Chris said, we made the yogurt from 2% Fairlife worked well. Yes, I've made it from that. I've also made it with the fat-free. It worked, it just doesn't taste as good because there's no fat, and fat is flavor.
Fat is flavor.
Shauna said...
I feel like you have a tattoo of that somewhere.
That's a good idea. Shauna said, okay, did not get to walk as long as I wanted to. I will do a workout also to make up for time I lose on the walk.
Shanta, I am super proud of you for doing it.
Lynette said, I made the protein-sparing modified fast bread, but I don't really miss bread either. However, it made some pretty great French toast.
I have heard nothing but good things, and I have seen that bread used in so many different things, from making it into buns, making rolls with it, making French toast with it. It's super versatile.
Yeah. Warden said, I've been following my coach with a high-fat, moderate protein and done amazing. Serious. If I drop fat to moderate, then it messes with my hormones and I gain weight. Yeah, everybody's body is different.
Thanks for sharing that.
I just want people to understand now, when we talk about a 1-to-1 is still high fat. It is still high fat. You are still eating about 65% of your calories from fat, which is a lot of fat. It's just not an 80%. So, but we get messages once in a while like, stop telling people not to eat fat. We're not. We're just saying eat your protein. There's a difference between eat more protein and don't eat fat. We believe in eating fat, and also your body can eat fat off of itself.
I mean, what about Joe's fat is flavor tattoo? Obviously, we're way into fat.
Debbie said I made protein-sparing modified fast cinnamon rolls.
How awesome is that?
James is here, said, hi, all late to the party, went out for a walk, jog. Beautiful evening.
That is awesome. And honestly, it's been so miserably hot. Exercise has to be done at the butt crack of dawn or at night. Yep. That is the only way to get it in now.
Pluto said, I wish I could come to Utah too, but I'm planning to book the low-carb cruise.
Yay!
We'll get to see you. Debbie's on here. Go ahead and message Debbie.
Yeah.
Mary said, thanks to Maria, 2KK, and others for helping bring protein back.
It's coming back, baby.
It used to really scare me to see keto people be afraid of protein, thinking it turned into chocolate cake, especially the over 50s.
Well, and it's so important. I mean, you want to feel good. You want to feel optimum. You want to feed those muscles, like protein. We don't have to be afraid of it anymore. Because it's interesting. For so long, we were afraid of fat. And then we were afraid of protein, but nobody's afraid of carbohydrates, right?
Yeah,
everybody's working the carb. We need to move to that. I'll tell you one thing. I am mostly drinking water tonight because I saw Bronson Dan's post about all the Coke. He got me in all the feels because he was like, and Diet Coke, and I'm coming for you, Coke Zero. And I do drink diet soda sometimes. So I was like, all right, Rachel, you need to clean it up.
Danita said, I use my air fryer when I don't want to heat up my house.
Isn't it good? Because it just locks it all in.
Rhonda said, Joe, did you see the post where I swirled your yogurt with Maria's pudding? I did not see that, but that sounds really good. Now, we are planning on making that pudding, but I know the recipe called for hard-boiled eggs, and I'm like, hard-boiled eggs. Because, again, backyard chicken eggs, ours anyway, no matter what I do, and I know all the tricks, and I've done them all,
it's
we
hard
only ever
to
get pasture-raised eggs. These chickens, I just can't do it well, and now I've learned that you can do it with scrambled eggs. So that is the plan.
We're gonna try that.
Shauna, thank you very much for the $10 super chats and so many options, so much support, much love.
That is so awesome.
Thank you very much.
I love it. Yeah, everybody here represents an individual keto journey. We're so excited to be a family. And we're all kind of doing it different, and that is okay.
Yeah.
It's
Somehow
just
we
okay.
missed another one. Sorry. Chris has a $5 super chat. Said the diet doctor, Andres Infelt, recently tried higher protein and really liked it.
Nice.
He's going to be on a podcast talking about it.
How cool. I mean, don't you feel like that's such a victory? That we're excited about protein. I'm thinking about all of the people that are changing their mind about protein, and it's just so exciting.
Let's see. Linda said, I made a loaf of protein bread when I just got ground beef, eggs, Parmesan cheese, and baking powder.
Wow.
Oh, Chris put a thing to quickly go enter that drawing. Thank you very much. He said, Joe, did Rachel show you the house that's for sale down the street? He did not. She did not.
Because he would purchase it immediately. And it is beautiful. It is a beautiful home. It is a big home. Much bigger. Super upgrade from our house. And you get to live next to Heath. So I know. And I get to live next to Shelly.
Shauna said, I cut mine off because mine fell out. Otherwise, I would still have my hair. Also, cutting my hair did save a lot of time, but I'm an African American. This natural hair, when it is long, takes work.
Yeah. I mean, it did save time, but I mean, it just was the immediate response. I didn't even question it.
Becky said, Heath, they're not allowed to move away from... I guess you guys are moving.
Yeah.
Because we want to go.
My brother loves barbecue.
Blue Dove said, Dr. Cyrus was recently talking about how much effort the cattle industry goes to produce fatty beef. Wow. Very few sources of protein are actually naturally high in fat. Most is much leaner.
I just love Dr. Cyrus.
Well,
he tells it like it is.
Yeah, I really like him.
Him and Dr. Barry. I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't go shopping with them for clothing. Because you'd be like, do you like this outfit? I feel like both of them would be like, no. Right? They would just tell you. It'd be like Anthony. If you took Anthony and Dr. Barry and Dr. Cyrus on a clothing shopping trip, I don't think it would go well.
Talk about it. I mean, you guys see
I don't like that color.
You see Anthony in videos. He is telling you like it is. You say to him, hey, we're having this issue. And he goes, I know how to solve this issue with kids. Bring back bullying.
I mean, he is
We need to bring back bullying. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
He just has an immediate knee-jerk response that is just so dumb.
Lynn said, both you and the Bears keep me motivated. Thank you for all the support.
Lynn, thank you for being here.
Shauna said, growing up, our neighbors rescued baby raccoons. Mom had gotten crushed by giant driftwood log. Raccoons are never really tame.
Well, that was our son had baby bunnies that got dropped off, like they had babies in the backyard, and our daughter was wanting so much to just like bring those baby in because they are so sweet, but she's like, I better not, if I touch them, don't name those.
Yep.
And I thought that rabbit mamas in the wild were like super doting and like almost stayed on their babies like a chicken, and that is not the case. Their milk is like super nutrient dense, and they only come back and feed like once a day or once every other day. That was amazing.
Yeah. Chris said, just get Mama Warren to move to Texas.
There you go.
Oh, and absolutely. And if you tell her that it's on the same street as Heath and Shelley, she will move tomorrow.
Because she likes them, I think, best.
I think she likes them more than she likes us.
I'm pretty sure.
Donald said, what do you call a possum laying in the middle of the road? Obviously, it is a Himalayan possum. After all, did you find a Himalayan in the middle of the road?
Himalayan. He was Himalayan in the middle. Oh, that's awesome. That is great.
Warden said, so we just need to convince John Paul, Anthony, and Caleb that Texas is where it's at.
Right?
Anthony already thinks that.
He does.
Anthony loves Texas.
He really does.
Yeah, it's a Shauna said, I'm having Utah FOMO.
Right. That's so cute.
Mike said, praying for no hurricanes for you guys.
Thank you so much. We avoided the one that was supposed to be here Tuesday. We did get a lot of rain this week, but we were really thankful for not getting a direct hit with a hurricane.
Oh, Miriam said, Debbie is referring to the protein sparing modified video that you said you would never do again.
Oh. Well, because at the time we
ate very low protein at the time.
We were so out of our element. Yep. It was a true challenge. It's like, I mean, we have tried it all. I feel like, right? If it's there, we want to try it.
But that's the thing is that you always have to be willing to adapt.
Yeah.
And we both feel better eating more protein. Again, not eating lower fat, just eating more protein. And again, it's more and more of the studies have showed that like you need protein, and that protein is not going to become glucose just because you're eating it, which is what everybody was, talking about. And that's what studies were saying that, if you eat protein, it's going to turn into glucose, but that's not how it works, because gluconeogenesis is demand driven, not supply driven.
I'm really thankful for this whole lifestyle because it has continued to evolve, and as new information comes in, because, Dr. Berry talks about it all the time. There is not any studies on it, because everybody, they just decided like, this is wrong, this is bad, we're supposed to eat high carbohydrates, and you're supposed to eat low fat, and you're supposed to minimize your protein. And so we're just learning information as it comes out, and I love the fact that we have the ability to keep an open mind, revisit things. So even when we're like, we're never ever doing this again, but then here we are.
We also said we would never ever eat keto chow again.
And we love it. When you get more information.
I'm trying to think of other products that in the past that we were like, no, we don't like that, and then we ended up really liking them later on.
Yeah.
People have changed formulations. So
seafood for Joe.
No. Leslie said, if you haven't met your protein sparing modified fast protein goal because of fiber in green veggies, would you go over your calorie limit to meet it? Yes. We're not really into calorie counting, with the exception of we're into energy counting. So in other words, counting the grams of energy, which would be your carbohydrates and your fat. But as far as our protein, I'm not counting any of those calories. So if I eat
a lot out.
300 calories in protein, as far as I'm concerned, I ate 0 calories.
Right.
And the reason is your body is not going to use protein for fuel. In other words, the calories. It will not use that unless you have absolutely no alcohol, absolutely no carbohydrates or glucose, and absolutely no fat. After all of that, then your body will turn to protein and muscle to get calories and fuel. But since you all have fat and we all have fat on our body, that's just not gonna happen. So I'm not counting. So yes, if I'm according to like using, say for example, Maria Emmerich's like caloric intake, and I'm 20 grams short of my protein, but I'm at my calorie goal according to her, yes, I would absolutely continue to eat 20 more grams of protein.
You know what I have gotten super excited about in the last like couple weeks is we've been contacted by a lot of really like young people our children's age, who are in, you know, part of a 75 hard challenge where they're doing, you know, like the whole, you know, rounded, like you're reading and you're exercising and all that. And so part of that is you have to pick a way of eating.
Right.
And so they just kind of picked keto, and they've reached out to us trying to ask us about keto. And I think this is so exciting that they're in their 20s learning about this.
Yep.
And they don't have to wait until they're 40 and over like we did.
Yeah.
It's super exciting.
Linda said, capybara, yes, looks like
a
rats
rat.
escaped from the zoo in Gainesville, and now they are 1 hour south. Neighbors saw two, and they said they were about 75 pounds. Wonder if I can talk them into keto.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my gracious.
Mary,
and they've got bad teeth too, don't they?
I don't know. Mary said, I have quail living on the property. Just had 21 babies born a few weeks ago.
Aww.
Sorry, I can't do quail eggs. They're too cute.
And
Little ping pong balls.
Yep. That's so cute.
Blue Dove said, I heard protein sparing modified fast bread is a lot like angel food cake in texture. From what I understand, I think a lot of it has to do with the way you make it, making sure you're using the right protein powder. So I've seen people say if they did it a certain way, it was too hard. Other people said it was perfect this way. So I think a lot of it comes down to how you make it.
Yeah.
Teresa said, can you make the yogurt with lactose-free milk? I have not tried that. I don't know how much lactose is left in Fairlife. I've tried it with the Ultra, and I've tried it with the Fairlife. You could use regular milk too, but you're going to be higher in carbs because there's a lot more sugar.
How cute is Chris? I want to go on the low carb cruise. The high carb ones are weird.
Miriam said, you are so pretty today, Rachel.
I love you, Miriam. I cannot wait to see you, girl, and your beautiful kiddos. Like, we're going to hang out. We're at slumber party.
Dr. Weiler said, when is the cruise? It is next May. And as a matter of fact, we will be celebrating our 15th wedding anniversary. Pound dead. There we go. It is May 15th, which is our anniversary.
It's our actual, yeah, that's the day.
Shauna said Keto Palooza is 70 days and 14 hours.
Isn't there so much to look forward to? Like, I'm just so excited.
Oh, he said the house even has a place for Eleanor.
It does. I know.
Why have I not seen this?
Because we're moving. Like, you'll be packing the chicken's little suitcases.
Our friend said we can get like $500,000 for our house tomorrow. How much is this house? Which is a ridiculous amount of money for this house.
I don't even want to tell you.
Do we make money?
I will show you after.
Call Dave.
I will show you after.
Will we make money? That's what I want to know. Can we move and make money? Are you not going to answer me?
I'm not going to answer you.
Blaine said, huge non-scale victory today. Completed a steep hike to see a waterfall at 10,000.
Oh
wow,
my gosh,
that is so
Blaine,
awesome.
That is beautiful. And that is honestly what it's all about. It's not just about like the challenge of like, I got this many steps in, but like also you saw something so flipping cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Missy said our daughter stayed with us for 3 weeks and enjoyed keto with us. She lost 16 pounds.
Oh my goodness. Did that like blow her mind?
Yeah.
Wow.
Debbie said Dr. Cywis and Dr. Barry are going to be on the cruise. So excited. So yes, for anybody who is watching, Debbie is the person who is coordinating the entire cruise. So if you are interested, go ahead and send her a message.
She's amazing.
Rhonda said, Joe, been straining her for 2 days. Keep forgetting to put it in containers. Any issues? Nope. As a matter of fact, mine's been straining for 2 days. I keep forgetting to put it in a container too. Here's what happens. It gets thicker. So if you want to thin it out, take a little bit of the whey that is strained and you can mix it back in.
I just love it when it's so thick though.
But I like it thick. As a matter of fact, we've got a good recipe, which we are filming that video tomorrow.
Yes, we are.
Using that for a delicious dessert.
Yeah.
That is high protein, low carb, and really, really good.
Very tasty.
I can't wait to do that video.
I can't wait to eat it again. That's what I'm looking for.
Chris said, yeah, sometimes we forget it in the strainer for 2 to 3 days and it's fine for us. It's just really thick. It's almost like cream cheese at that point. But you could just, again, take a little bit of the whey and mix it back in and it goes back to the way you want it. I just like it that way. Cheryl said, I have a hard time getting enough protein, staying within my macros.
It's challenging, especially if you're not used to it. definitely like the leaner proteins can get it in. Things like shrimp, you know, got a lot of protein, and it, I don't know. I find it easier to eat those puppies.
Yeah. Which is one of the things we like about
Tuna.
Maria Emmerich, because she talks about eating grams over. A lot of people talk about percentages. I just don't necessarily agree with the whole calorie thing on the protein aspect. If you don't count calories on protein, I'm perfectly fine with calorie counting, because you do have to look at how much fat you're eating. You can't eat, 10,000 calories of fat and then not get out of bed and say, hey, but like I'm only eating fat and protein. Well, it don't work that way. Your body does have to work that off. Just have to understand that it's not going to use the protein. But somewhere you do have to make sure you're doing something to work off the energy that you are giving yourself. Mary said people thought protein is bad because it's human nature to only read the headline.
So true.
Gluconeogenesis, not the article demand driven. Just
So
like
true.
people, you see people say like they think ketosis is the same thing as ketoacidosis. It's not, but people just see keto and tosis and like, oh, it's all the same thing.
I saw another like Hermione Granger meme that was like, it's ketosis, not ketoacidosis.
Oval is here. Said my mom spent
Hey,
5
Oval.
days in the hospital. The second day she was there, a nutrition came in and talked to mom and asked if she had any questions. I said yes. She weighs 84 pounds. Why is she on?
Oh my goodness. A low-fat diet.
Oh.
She needs fat. She said nothing and walked away. Yeah, because they honestly don't even know what to respond, I don't think, sometimes.
Yeah.
Because they're just so used to that prescription.
I even remember when my father was sick and like he was dying of brain cancer, and he's like, I want a beer. And they're like, you can't have one. I'm like, give him a beer. He wants a beer. Let him have a beer. He's got like a month to live. Like, just let him have what he wants. I just don't understand that sometimes. Karen said our lifestyle evolved from juicing to paleo, and then found keto. Now we have increased protein and lowered fat, and although I am not seeing huge results on the scale, I don't feel puffy and I'm losing inches.
It's just the overall feeling well is just so welcome.
Yeah.
And I am so glad that as we're going through this season in the world, I just don't want to have the added stressor of feeling a lot of pain on top of it all, right? Like at least, you can't control everything. I can't control what happened yesterday, but I can feel better on the inside of my body. And I like the fact that I can put things in my body that's going to heal me rather than hurt me.
Yeah. Amber said, stay safe down there in Florida. Sorry about your chickens.
Thank
One of
you.
ours has a broken leg right now.
Oh my gracious.
Bandit said, Rachel, you have a beautiful soul and a caring heart.
Thanks.
Don't feel bad about grieving over your sweet chicken. I felt sad for a few days when I lost my goldfish.
Yeah.
Everyone thought I was ridiculous.
You're not, because they're part of your life. I mean, you think about how much you see your pets versus how much you see any other person that's not living in your house. Like, they could be your best friend in the world, but you don't spend as much time with them as you do with your fur babies and fin babies and feathered babies.
Oh, he's sending me pictures of the house.
Uh-oh. I'm in trouble.
Shauna said, May, I need a cruise roommate. I'd almost consider it. I'm sure we can find you one, Shauna.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure we can find one. Chris said, 41 days until Keto
Yay.
Omaha, 48 days till Low Carb San Diego, 69 days till Louisville, and 24 days until
Disneyland. I want to go to Disneyland.
Mary said, I'm so grateful to have found you and watch Autumn Keto and Keto Chow. I've got to move heaven and earth to attend the Keto Cruise.
Oh, man. I want everything to open for Mary. I know that's it's just hard. I'm I hope you get to go. That's what I want.
Somebody even already, look at this. Lisa, right here. I'd also like to go, but I need a roomie.
Oh, I love this.
There you go. There you go. We got
Roomie.
Lisa. We've got Shauna. Lisa said, sounds great, Shauna. I really love to go, and I don't have anyone that would go with me.
Oh my gosh, I love this so much.
So
we won't even be in our rooms that much. We're going to be partying. Dance club, right? There's dancing on cruises.
I don't dance.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants.
I don't dance.
You better put your old dancing shoes on, boy, because we dancing.
If I could Porky Pig it. Teresa said, I'm in Colorado. I haven't found Fairlife milk here. Check Walmart. Check in Walmart.
Yeah.
Almost every Walmart sells it. I've also seen it in BJ's. You should be able to, you can actually go to their website and they'll tell you where you can find it. Chris said, I mean, we are all a bit ridiculous, right?
Jerry says, we were vegetarians for 2 years. It was the longest decade of our lives. That's so awesome. Jerry, you are a hoot.
Okay, it is 9:46. We are going to get off.
That hour goes so fast.
It's been an hour and 15 minutes.
Thank you guys for being here. I just needed you. I just needed to be around you guys. Thank you for being our family. Like, you just make everything better when it's a happy day, and you make everything better when it's a sad day. So thanks for that.
So we're going to get off. We appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. Don't forget to join us on Monday for Keto on the Couch as we premiere. It will not be live this week because I have to work, because we have to get 5 days of work done in 2 days, because on Wednesday, we're getting up at 4 a.m. to fly out to Utah. We'll be in Utah next week for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Coming home late on Sunday.
So excited. I've never been to Utah before. Super excited about it.
We're really excited about it. We're excited to go hang out with Chris and Miriam, and we're going to Redmond and to Keto Chow, and to have the meetup with all you next Saturday. And again, don't forget about the Goody Beats meetup if you happen to be in Texas.
Don't miss that.
Looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So lots of cool events. If you are near any one of these events, head on over to lowcarbevents.com. If you're near any of these events, we highly, highly encourage you guys to go check them out. It's great to, have this community here and have our Facebook group. But when you are able to go and just meet people in person and you get encouraged, it is life-changing. I can tell you for us, when we went to KetoCon 2 years ago, it was life-changing for us.
It was.
And so it's definitely something I would not miss if you at all have the opportunity to do so.
I wouldn't either. And it's hard. Like, we weren't, growing up, we didn't have a lot of friends. It was really hard for us to, have friends. And sometimes you think, well, I'm going to this place, I don't know anybody. Am I going to have a seat at the lunch table? And I found everybody so welcoming. I mean, if you're going to the Goody Beats event, like, Goody Beats is the same in person as he is in his video.
No kidding.
Just sweet as he can be, same as his wife, his daughters. They're cuter in person, I will say that. But like, just a great bunch of people, and you're not alone. There is an entire community of people, us included, who love you so much and are so glad that you're putting your health first. And we're excited to see you in person and to be your friend.
Yep. Have a good night, guys.
We love you.
Bye.